Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 23, the Michael J. Jordan episode. Let's Play Wasteland 2 Director's Cut. Hope you guys are doing well. We made it to episode 23, which is always a hallmark on the channel. Can't wait to play more with you guys and keep uncovering these mysteries that we're discovering. Really fascinating stuff. We're in the Ranger's Citadel, which is a mystery itself that we're exploring, so we're going to get back into that today. It's helpful to carry spare weapons with you in case yours gets stolen. That's weird. And here today we're meeting with Mayor Captain. There she is.
Or perhaps...
Let's go ahead and talk. Looking closer, you see that the woman isn't quite as youthful as she seems. There are a few gray hairs amongst the brown and a lot of lines around her eyes, but she sketches with the keen-eyed intensity of a younger woman.
A very tough decision, considering it was your first time out. Ag Center was a good choice, though. There are great scientists over there.
Right.
General Vargas gave me the leg from the synthetic life form you discovered. It's truly remarkable, but unnerving. I've never seen robot tech this advanced. It'll take me some time to give it a full examination.
Interesting.
Oh wait, I almost forgot. Did the General tell you? He was so pleased that you found Ace's killer that he authorized a requisition order for you.
Oh.
You were to have your pick of some of my more interesting creations.
Nice. What do you think of General Vargas?
Vargas is a man of vision and prudence. I know a lot of the Rangers think he's too cautious, but I can't agree. Slow and steady is the way to go. He's done an amazing job rebuilding the Rangers after our war with the robots from Base Cochise, and we're stronger than ever before. That doesn't mean, however, that we should now go charging off to fight everybody and their brother. We must expand gradually and fully assess all threats before taking action.
But you knew we were coming?
Every new recruit the General brings in gets around to visiting us eventually. The weapons and armor we make are what keep them alive, after all. Most are curious where they come from. I imagine you're no exception.
What was Base Cochise?
A pre-war research facility, dedicated to the science of robotics. Its mainframe was malfunctioning, and kept building more and more robots and sending them out to defend itself against imaginary enemies. The Rangers destroyed the computer and the robots and saved the world, which is of course a good thing, but... well, I wish I had been a Ranger then. From all reports, the sophistication of the computer's AI was incredible, and its death was a great loss to science. I can't help thinking that, had I been there, I might have been able to find a way to shut it down without destroying it.
Come with us.
What a tool for good it could have been.
Come with us in the future. You make weapons here?
Well, that's a bit of a misnomer. We do make some of them, the really interesting ones. But mostly what we do here is refurbish scavenged weapons and armor. One thing we hope our Rangers will do is collect any broken down weapon parts, stray bits left over from modding, what have you, that they find as they patrol the wastes and bring them back here to Melson, over in the Quartermaster's office. In exchange, he'll buy it off you at a great markup.
What's Sergeant Melson like?
He knows his guns, I'll give him that. Though I wouldn't have him in my shop. He's not nearly focused enough.
What kind of armor do you have?
We have everything from sturdy leather jackets to hand-forged plates, to the finest reconditioned pre-war combat armor we can find. You'll have to pay for the more expensive items. Research and repair doesn't come free, but we aren't out to make a profit, just to recoup our expenses. Go see Sergeant Melson for that. I've got some custom, interesting armor, but the General's orders are to save those for special loadouts only.
What kind of weapons do you have?
We service, repair, and reinvent every kind of weapon, from knives and handguns to rifles, even energy weapons, when we can get our hands on them. We don't do explosives, though. That's TNT Tan's department.
Go talk to Sergeant Melson if you're looking to purchase your armaments. I only issue my interesting pet projects if you've got a requisition order. What do you think of TNT Tan?
Nicest guy you could ever want to meet, but shall we say, less than cautious? He's nearly blown himself up more than once. He likes creating experimental explosives just like I like working on experimental weapons and armor. Though I dare say my safety record is a trifle better than his.
What threats do we face?
The others say that our biggest threat is the Red Scorpion militia, who have taken over the prison which used to be our headquarters. They've been getting more organized and settled, and the fear is, now that they've established themselves, they'll start expanding their borders. What I say is, this will make them easier to negotiate with. Nomadic raiders have nothing to lose. A clan with towns and farms to protect thinks twice about risking their destruction by going to war.
True.
I say our biggest threat is expanding too fast.
Right.
Let's make sure the communities we patrol are fully protected before we go looking for more.
Interesting weapons. I'm interested.
The interesting ones are my department. I'm always trying to come up with new and better weapons and armor using bits and bobs we have lying around. Can't just give them away, though. Creating them takes a lot of our precious resources, so the General is pretty tight with the requisition orders.
How would I get a requisition order, which we have one?
Well, the General keeps a tight grip on requisition orders. All of the officers in the Citadel have the power to give them out, but only if we think a particular weapon would be necessary for the successful completion of a mission, or if we're impressed by how a ranger team completed a difficult assignment. I can hand over one piece of tech for each rec you earn, but just one. So make sure you think it over before you take the first shiny thing you see.
Okay, we have a requisition order. What have you got for us?
Some very nice pieces. Let's see. The General allocated a requisition for you for completing a thorough investigation of Captain Ace's death site. Old Flintlock sent over a requisition with your name on it.
Oh.
Said he hopes better armaments will prevent further deaths.
That's 2 of them. So I've got 2 requisitions allocated for you. So we get these for free. 1 order. Nice. White Death. Minus 10% evasion, but 5% chance to hit. Trinket. A necklace with a sniper's bristle bore brush for a pendant. Written on the handle is an inscription, SB. If I ever leave you, use these, my gifts to you, to find my heart, WB. Unusual bow. Sunbrella, plus 20 max water carrier. Carry, you wouldn't want to develop melanoma, would you? Ship in a bottle, 1 mechanical repair. Cruise ship rests inside a glass bottle with a paper label. SS Norway. How'd they get in there? Shoe model Ranger combat knife. Knife customized by Ranger R&D expert Captain Mare Captain. The shoe model Ranger combat knife is a barbaric weapon made out of leaf springs and electrical tape. Subtle, it's not. We can put a grip and weights on it. We don't have anyone that uses bladed weapons, though. Bad attitude. Submachine gun. Submachine gun customized by Ranger R&D expert Captain Mare Captain. Bad attitude is a gun so mean and ugly it'll rub off on you. It'll make people hate and fear you, but who knows? Maybe you can use that to your advantage. Oh! They give modifiers. Minus 1 smartass and charisma, but plus 1 hardass. Uses 38 cal. Dang. Leather jacket. While it lacks in protection, it makes up for in cool. And goat hide armor. I don't really want to take any of those right now because everyone's got armor. How do I exit out? Leaving some for later, huh? Well, you've still got 2 requisitions left. Thanks for the help, Captain.
Thanks for visiting, recruits. Come by anytime.
A woman
And go
of
see Sergeant
science.
Nelson if you're looking to shop.
Lovely to make her acquaintance.
Indeed, Rose. What's she lit up from, though? Her weapon? That's some kind of crazy energy weapon. But, let's look and see what we want to do here. Everyone's got at least a leather jacket, if not goat hide. Yep. Bad attitude is not going to fit for me. The bladed weapon no one can use. Mechanical repair Brittany can use and give the sunbrella to Rose. Because she's got mechanical repair, right? Yeah, which is a 3. What was the other one? Minus 10% evasion, but plus 5% hit chance. Someone with a lot of evasion, which really we don't have anybody with a lot. We can give it to maybe Brittany, who has 10%. And she can get an extra 5% chance to hit. We'll save the requisitions for later, I think, till we get something more suitable for us. We have to call in. Psst, recruits. Ranger Robert Bowling. Hey, over here. A gaunt man in his 30s hunches over a table, cleaning and oiling gun parts. He is smeared with oil and sweat and seems to be trembling slightly. Listen, I heard you talking to Mayor Captain just now, and well, everything she's got is solid merchandise. But as you may have noticed, Melson's gonna make you pay through the nose for the good stuff. Well, I got a little toy collection of my own, and I'd be willing to let some go for a lot cheaper than she will. Interested? What kind of good stuff? All the big guns, energy weapons, rockets, sniper rifles, all top quality. I made them myself. Do you want some? And they won't jam up every other shot? I swear, they're just as good as the ones Melson has, but a fifth of the price. What do you say? Cheap weapons? Yeah, we're interested. Cool, but listen, you can't tell the boss, Mayor Captain, I'm doing this, or she'll fire me, okay? Don't worry, we won't tell. Great, here's what I've got. So these things jam. 95% chance to jam. Bowling's M16. They're all 95% chance to jam, so we'd have to greatly... I mean, they're good weapons otherwise. We'd have to greatly reduce that chance to jam somehow. Should I have turned him in, though? I mean... Bowling's Uzi. 95% chance to jam. How do you even get around that? Bowling's bar, heavy weapon, sniper rifle. That's crazy. Craziness, man. Craziness. Come on, I'm trying to raise money for a family emergency. Why does your family need money? I am trying to help out my sister. I can't tell you any more than that, but it's important, I promise. Come on, can't you do a guy a favor? Is your sister in trouble? Sorry, but I'm not saying anything more about it. Will you help me out? Buy a gun or two? What you're saying doesn't make sense. Something pretty terrible must be going on for you to risk getting kicked out of the Rangers for it. You're right. Look, it's my sister. So it's good that we didn't turn him in. If you ain't interested in the guns, I got a letter. Get a letter to her. It's important. But I can't leave the Citadel. I can't get the time off. Would you take this to her? She lives in Rail Nomads Camp. Her name is Katie, and tell her I'm sorry. We'll deliver this letter for you. Thank you. I owe you one. Here. What's so important about this letter? Never mind what's so important. It's private. Between me and her. Will you take the letter? If the situation is anywhere near as desperate as you sound, you should just resign. Family's got to come first. I don't want to make him resign, though. Goodbye. Good luck out there, Echo. Let me know what my sister says. Let's just quick save again, and... Have you delivered the letter? Oh. Deliver it soon before it's too late. Okay, so that's going to be our next stop, because we can't waste that much time. It seems pretty critical.
Hey, Woodson! What do you hear?
Everything, Angela. Everything. This sparsely populated shelf holds a few volumes with names like Tactical Combat Throughout History and Advanced Warcraft. A ring binder sticks out to you. The spine reads Memories of My Time in the Rangers by General S. Vargas. Grab them. Sergeant Wade Woodson. One of the most technically minded members of the Rangers, he's wearing a makeshift pair of glasses and is starting to gray at the temples.
Welcome, recruits. Nice to make your acquaintance. Good work saving the day and attaching the repeater units at Ag Center. The General and I thank you. Now I'm guessing you're here to learn more about these mysterious broadcasts you've been helping us with.
What do you think of General Vargas?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything bad about the General when I'm sitting right next to him, am I?
Oh.
You better not, Woodson. I'll take away your smokes ration.
See? But seriously, I think the General has been a wise and cautious leader these past 15 years. Some of the boys may think he keeps it a little too cautious, but they're not the ones who have to field the calls when good men die. Since we started hearing these strange broadcasts, he decided that the quiet times are over, and his place is here, on the air, listening to the people of the wastes and sending his troops into battle.
What do you mean by quiet?
Well, we spent the 15 years since we defeated the base code chief's AI retrenching, rebuilding the Citadel, rebuilding our numbers, solidifying our position. It made us a stronger organization, I think. But we also have a smaller footprint now, and some of the places we used to patrol have kind of fallen off the map. Now, though, I think it's time to wake up. The world is changing. These crazy broadcasts, the Red Scorpions in the old prison, reports of trade routes to the east, where we thought there was nothing but radiation. If the Rangers still want to be a force for good in the world, then we gotta start stepping out beyond our own backyard.
The base coach's AI. What's that in your words?
It was the Rangers' greatest enemy, though really all it was a malfunctioning machine. The mainframe of a pre-war military facility that somehow got it into its circuit board head that everybody in the world was its enemy. It started pumping out robots to defend itself. And if we hadn't stopped it, those robots could have killed everyone in Arizona.
Who are the Red Scorpions?
The Red Scorpion militia. They took over the old prison when we moved out. Not really much more than a raider gang. But they're starting to tell everybody that they're the real law in Arizona. And they're asking people to call them for help instead of us. Maybe they're really trying to shape up, but I doubt it. Sounds more like an old-fashioned shakedown scheme to me.
Anything to say about the prison?
Our old home base. Not bad for what it was, but we've been outgrowing it for decades. When we cleared the previous owners out of this place, we saw an opportunity to make a move.
East? East of what?
We always thought the radiation east of the prison was just too strong, and that travel that way was impossible. But now the Scorpions are claiming they've established trade with a community beyond the radiation called Damanta, and also with a group calling themselves the Servants of Titan. We're not welcome in Scorpion territory, so we can't check the truth of all of this. But they do seem to be getting better weaponry from somewhere, so maybe it's legit.
Tell us more about the broadcasts.
We don't know where they're coming from, or who's making them. Hell, they could be old pre-war recordings for all we know. But we've been hearing them since the skies started to clear. And they've got a threatening sound to them, so we've been trying to learn more about them. Which is what we sent Ace out to do when that robot murdered him. Now, you've already attached one of our repeater units to the radio tower at the Ag Center. But because you were unable to do the same at High Pool, we're in a bit of a bind. See, we intended to make a Watson-Watt Adcock antenna array using those two towers. Our tower here, and the tower where Ace died. Linking those four would have allowed us to pinpoint the origin of the signal. Now, however, we're going to have to try to find the radio tower the General already mentioned to you in Damanta. If it even exists.
Got all that? Good. So what is the repeater unit again?
We use the repeater units to boost a weak radio signal out in the field and transmit the data back to the Citadel. And let me tell you, it was hell trying to find enough parts to make the ones we needed. Which is why I'm so glad you were able to find the ones Ace was carrying.
What do you know about the Ag Center?
I'm so glad you were able to save Ag Center. They're doing so much to develop hardier animal and plant stock that will survive out here in the wastes. It would have been a real blow to have lost them.
You know about High Pool?
I'm sorry you weren't able to save High Pool. Its reservoir and treatment plant provided water for us and the other communities in the area. It will be sorely missed.
What's a Watson Watt Adcock antenna array?
You sure you want to hear this? Most people's eyes glaze over when I start getting technical.
Yes.
Really? Okay, you asked for it. So with the traditional Watson-Watt method of radio direction finding techniques, it is possible to find the direction from which a radio signal was transmitted using two Adcock antenna pairs to perform an amplitude comparison on the incoming signal.
Okay.
An Adcock antenna pair is a pair of antennas that take the vector difference of the received signal at each antenna so that there is only one output from the pair of antennas. Two of these pairs generate what can be referred to as north-south and east-west signals, which will then be passed to the receiver. In the receiver, the bearing angle can be computed by taking the arctangent of the radio of the north-south to east-west signal. Given any four antennas of a known distance from each other, this method can establish a very accurate directional vector on an incoming signal.
Neat.
Satisfied?
What do the skies have to do with it?
Well, it's only a theory, but my guess is that the fallout that's been floating around up there in the ionosphere since the war has been muddying things up there, stopping long-range broadcasts from being reflected back to Earth. Now maybe the fallout is starting to decay, and the ionosphere is slowly returning to normal, allowing it to reflect radio waves like it used to back in the good old days. Or not. I only know what I read in salvage books.
Whatever caused it, we're definitely picking up more distant radio signals these days than we were able to even 3 months ago. You've heard of Damanta?
I've been hearing the Red Scorpions radio chatter about this place for more than a year now. They claim it's somewhere beyond the eastern radiation clouds. I hope they're right. The radio tower that Gilbert says is rumored to be there could be our only hope for tracking down those mysterious broadcasts.
Thanks for the info, Woodson.
All right. Good luck out there. You'll be hearing from us. A tough choice, recruits, with no good outcomes. Still,
Welcome back to
chose
Ranger
well.
Citadel, recruits.
Ag Center is crucial to our plans for Arizona.
Sergeant Staff Scorpia. Barry Jackson. A stiff, bearded older man wearing a hard-worn ranger uniform and a battered old cowboy hat. General Vargas walks with a cane, but he's not helpless. He wears a pearl-handled revolver on his hip, and there are a lot of notches on the barrel.
So you saved Ag Center at the expense of High Pool. A tough decision, and I know it must weigh heavily on your minds. But a choice had to be made. And once you chose Ag Center, you did all you could to save it and its people. I'm particularly pleased that you went out of your way to help Matt Forrestal. He was a great ranger, and remains a credit to our organization now that he's left. Also, let me personally thank you for finding Ace's killer, whatever it was. I'm sorry your initiation into the Rangers has been such a trial by fire, but you've proven yourself tough under pressure, and in my eyes, that makes you fit to be a Ranger.
Nice.
You have earned the name. Welcome aboard, Rangers. Now, any questions?
Okay. Thank you for letting us into the Citadel, sir.
It is your home now, recruits. A place to rest and resupply between missions. A place to learn and to share your knowledge with others. But it's more than that. Despite its tarnished history, the Citadel is a force for good, a shining beacon of justice in a dark land, a bulwark against barbarism in a world of lawlessness and brutality. Indeed, it is the furrowed field out of which the seeds of order will grow into a new and better civilization.
That's awesome.
Hey, forgive me. Get carried away sometimes, but I do believe we are making a difference despite my shortcomings, and that our flame must not be allowed to be snuffed out. That's why we need young, motivated recruits like yourselves.
A place to learn, sir?
We have a library here, where we compile maps and information about the region to help us with our work. If you want to know about any old tech or ancient knowledge, go talk to old Flintlock there. If you've got map questions, see Gilbert. He's our cartographer.
Where can we resupply, sir?
You'll want to talk to our quartermaster, Sergeant Melson, about that. He'll provide you with all the weapons, armor, and gear you need to carry out your duties in the Wastelands. You may also want to talk to Ethel Mercaptain or TNT-10 if you need something special.
You think it was more than just a robot, Ace's killer, sir?
The Rangers have fought robots before, but none like that. I don't know what that thing was or where it came from, and that makes me uneasy. I'd already sent Captain Mercaptain a special requisition form on the condition you bring her something that'll help us track down Ace's killer. From what she's told me so far, you'll need the best she's got.
Anything else you can tell me about Ace, sir?
Ace and I went way back to the prison days. We fought Finster and the base Cochise robot army together. We rebuilt the Citadel from scratch. That I sent him on the mission which got him killed hangs heavy on my heart, and Angie's never gonna forgive me.
You know Angie well, sir?
Well enough not to talk behind her back when she's standing right in front of me. Hey Angie, how you holding up?
Better now, General. I'm only crying 8 hours out of every day now, instead of 16.
I've heard that.
Ain't no shame in grieving, Angie. No shame at all.
What's the deal with Erwin John Finster? We already heard this, but I want to exhaust these options.
Craziest jackalope we ever faced. Might have been human once. Might have been sane, too. But when we met him, he was a crazy android bent on wiping out the human race and replacing us all with mutants. Got his head in our museum if you want to take a look.
What happened with base Cochise?
Place was nearly the death of us. Hell, it was nearly the death of the whole human race. Damned malevolent mainframe churning out an endless army of robots.
In Wasteland 1?
If we hadn't stopped it, well, I hate to think.
Anything to say about the prison?
Our old stomping grounds, since right after the apocalypse. We moved out of there about 15 years ago when we took over this place. It wasn't a bad place, but the Citadel is more defensible. The Red Scorpions have moved into the prison since then. Nasty bunch from all accounts.
What do you think of them, sir?
They call themselves the Red Scorpion Militia now, and lately they've been filling the airwaves with a lot of trash about how they're the real law and order around here. Just another raider gang, if you ask me. I don't give them the time of day.
Gilbert, sir?
Gilbert was another one of my squad. We called him Thrasher back in the day. A good man to have in a tight spot. Past his fighting days now, though. Took a wound during the Battle of Base Cochise and never fully recovered. Now, he's our cartographer and damn good at it. You'll find him in the museum with Flintlock.
Who's Flintlock, sir?
Flintlock was old when I was your age. Now he's ancient. Knows more about the history of the Desert Rangers than any man alive, and he'll tell you so himself.
TNT-10, sir?
Our munitions expert. Crazy bastard is gonna blow us all up one day. Does good work, though. In the field, his ordnance is highly reliable. It's just his workshop that scares the bejesus out of me.
Who's Ethel Mercaptain, sir?
One of the brightest minds in the Citadel. She's really helped us get our weapons and armor up to scratch, and she's always coming up with new and better stuff. Worth a visit just to see what she's got cooking.
Who's Wade Woodson, sir?
Woodson's that man right over there, my radio wingman. The man who keeps me on the air. If you want to know more about the repeater units, or how to use your radio, see him.
How to use my radio? Can we use this radio in another way? What about Sergeant Melson, sir?
Nelson's all right. A bit young, a bit rowdy, a bit gung-ho. But the Rangers need that now. We need new blood, like yourselves.
Shortcomings you mentioned, sir? Surely not.
I've been too cautious, recruits. Since we took this place over 15 years ago, I focused too much on keeping the peace in areas we know, and not enough on outside threats. I wanted to rebuild, get our numbers up, but all I've really been doing is letting the world pass us by. That's gotta change, and the change starts with you. You are going to find out where this threat is coming from.
Any advice for us, sir, now that we're officially Rangers?
You are our next generation recruits, and I want you to make us proud. Remember that every action you take reflects directly upon the Desert Rangers as a whole. We've worked hard to gain the trust of the people of Arizona and to have them accept our authority. Keep that in mind every time you draw your weapon or make a promise. The lives of other Rangers and the rule of law depend on your wisdom, honor, and forbearance.
Awesome. Echo 1 reporting.
Echo 1, your team's recent progress merits a number of field promotions. Congratulations, Echo 1. You've done well.
Goodbye, Vargas.
Make us proud, recruits.
Indeed.
Hey, General. How's the leg?
Fine, Angie. Hope you're feeling better.
It comes and goes, Snake. You know.
Yeah, I do.
Are we not even in the base? No, that's the way in, I think. No, that's the way in. We have to go find TNT 10. There's a museum. Oh man, this base looks huge. We haven't even been down in this direction. Oh, we can't go in there? Rangers? Oh, we can go in there. Richard Dillio. Rangers. Carl Gustav. Perimeter secure. Whoa, come up here. Sergeant Bell. Hey, Ranger's name's Bell. Sergeant Bell, how's it going? It's dangerous out there. Keep your eyes open, Rangers. An ancient air traffic control computer. By the looks of it, it hasn't been powered up in 150 years. Carefully examining the door, Elzar Destari finds a lock. Your efforts are hampered by what sounds like a vindictively stubborn lock. You can't pick it. Okay, but we can come down here. Is this where Tan is? Yep. Hang back a minute now. I'm just finishing up this priming assembly. And it's a little tricky. Lieutenant Ming Liang Tan. Nice work saving Egg Center recruits. I know we need High Pool's water, but Egg Center grows those watermelons I like blowing up, so good call. A dark room entirely lined with sandbags. In the center is a cluster of workbenches and shelves, all cluttered with lathes, tools, wires, welding equipment, and rows of completed hand grenades and bombs. Sitting at a bench digging into the guts of a bomb with a pair of needle-nose pliers, it's a wiry, middle-aged man. A leather-tough Asian man with a welding mask flipped to reveal a friendly, deeply lined face. He has scars and burn marks all over his arms, neck, and head. You also notice that he only has 2 fingers and a thumb on his left hand. Ah, there, all done. Now what can I... Ah, it's the heroes of Ag Center. Come to see where the magic happens, eh? Well, this is it. I'm TNT 10, the man who makes all your problems disappear in a puff of smoke. And you're the kids the general is sending off to solve the mystery poor old Ace got aced trying to find the answer to. What do you think of General Vargas? Vargas is a good man, the hero of Bay's Cochise and Darwin Village and all that. I just wish he was a man with a plan. Seems like we've been sitting here with our thumbs up our bungholes for a decade. I'm a man of action. I want to get out there and do things, put a few grenades where they'll do the most good. Know what I mean? I understand rebuilding and getting our numbers up, but we've done that. Sometimes I just want to go up and shake the old man and tell him to stop relying on his defense. It's time to unleash the offense. Let everybody know we're here again, like boom. Magic? Yep, I'm the Wizard of Boom, the Sorcerer of Shrapnel if you need to put a little bang in your party. I'm the man to see. Now, you can get the regular off-the-shelf stuff from Melson up in the Quartermaster's office, but if you need something special, something that'll make a real impression out there, come see me. I can show you the fun stuff. Why do they call you TNT? Lieutenant Min Liang Tan. Oh, well, because I'm the guy that makes the bombs, duh. But that ain't the only reason, if you know what I'm saying. You think there's anything to the radio mystery? Meh, seems like one of Vargas's craziness to me. He goes from sitting on his hands to chasing ghosts in one jump. Why are we all of a sudden hunting mysterious radio signals when we've honest to God flesh and blood threats right here in the waste? I just don't get it. So you knew Ace? Ah, the latest casualty in Vargas's war on ghosts. Why a good man had to die chasing a few garbled radio signals I do not know. Ace was one of our best, a veteran who knew the waste like the back of his hand. And some robot kills him? Yeah, good men die in the waste all the time, but his death wouldn't feel so pointless to me if he'd been fighting a real threat. What was Base Cochise? The biggest dang fight the Rangers ever had, us against an army of killer robots with lots of explosions at the end. Yeehaw! Wish I'd been there, but I wasn't with the Rangers yet. What was Darwin's village? The lair of that crazy android scientist, Erwin John Finster. He somehow decided mutants were better than humans, and started trying to kill us all off. Plagues, poisons, you name it. Well, Vargas and his crew killed them off the old-fashioned way with lead, iron, and shrapnel. Woohoo! So you think those signals aren't important? I don't believe those are live broadcast at all. I think it's a bunch of pre-war loops that we're finally hearing because the air's getting clearer. Nothing lives beyond the radiation. How could it? Radiation? You go far enough in any direction in the waste, you're gonna run into radiation hot enough to cook you. There's no way around it. We're walled in. The last survivors of the apocalypse, which is why we gotta keep the peace. If everybody in Arizona killed everybody else, there'd be nobody left on Earth. We're all that's left. The last hope. What threats in the wasteland would those be? The Red Scorpion militia for one, since we're pulled in our borders and decided not to patrol anywhere east of High Pool anymore. Those bad boys have been multiplying like roaches. Now they think they're the new Rangers, saying they're protecting the people of eastern Arizona like we protect the people here. Well, I don't believe it for a second, and I'll tell you something else. I don't think they're going to be content with just eastern Arizona for long. I think they want the whole enchilada. We're going to get caught with our pants down. You know about High Pool? We got our water from them. Good folks, if a little mistrustful, and you failing to save their reservoir ain't gonna help that. What fun stuff do you have for sale? Is there anything we can help you with? There sure is. All the Rangers know that I'm always looking for bomb-making supplies, particularly aluminum nitrate, ammonium nitrate. And you find that shit in, well, shit. So if you come across any cow crap, or even better, bat crap, or any fertilizer, bring that crap back to me and I'll trade you some good crap. Law, missile launcher, you name it. LEW? You got that crap? We haven't got shit. Well, shit, any other shit I can help you with? What fun stuff do you have for sale? I've got the stuff that puts the fun in fun explosion. Oh my gosh, he does. Grenades, $2.91 a piece. Oh, he's got law rockets. Those may fit in the rocket launcher, the Mangler. They're $500 a piece, son. Sabat rocket, $150. That's $2.91. There's a rocket, 500 damage, 25 meter radius, 25 meter range, 7 meter radius. $679 for one rocket. The RPG 7. Pipe bombs. And then good old TNT. TNT's useful. Pipe bombs are very useful, but for $146. Should we give Saul a little more TNT? He's got 3 TNT. I don't think he needs them. Do we really need this makeshift cleaver? Maybe, if the next character we get is a bladed weapons user. Let's see how long we've been yapping along here. 38 minutes, just about over. We'll leave him. I know my shit's a little pricey, but you have no idea what I go through to make it. Well, actually, I guess you do. Shit. Goodbye. Thanks for the help, Tan. See you later, recruits. Come by any time. Ah, hi, Angie. Just playing with my toys as usual. Locked. Huh, it's not symmetrical over here, but there's something going on there. Ah, more doors. There's Mayor Captain's office. So So we're gonna finna wrap it up here soon.
I am hungry. What's for lunch?
Hey Angie, same as breakfast, only with gravy.
Delicious.
General Jeff Hungerford. Good to see you, recruits. Hope everyone's treating you okay. A squat old guy with muscular arms, a bandana around his bald head, and a bloody kiss the cook apron around his beer barrel gut. Has an eye patch over his left eye and a voice like a garbage disposal. Right on, brothers. Better grab some of the grub before the rats get it. Huh, just kidding. The rats don't last long around here. They go into the stew pot just like everything else. Now what can I get you? You have water for our canteens here? Melson must have sent you. He always sends the new recruits to fill up on water. Well, it's right there in those coolers. Might be the last clean water you see until you're back here, so take plenty and drink it slow. So, what's Sergeant Melson like? The boy's a menace. Eats twice his share and never shuts up. Knows his stuff, though. He'll steal you right as far as guns and gear goes. So, your name's Hungry? Been living with that joke all my life, and it didn't get easier once they made me the cook. Could have been worse. I knew a guy named once Richard Stroker. Thanks for the info, Hungry. Later, brothers. Don't forget to fill up on water. Near you saved our food supplier. Thanks. This kitchen couldn't run without their deliveries. Water. It looks clean. You can top off your canteens here if you'd like. Canteens are topped off. In the mess hall, we've got Grenadier Stephen Pate. Rangers. Grenadier Major Aaron Selleck. Good show, huh? Corporal Ivan Hako. Guys. Can we not click him or what? Here we go. Oh. I'm Corporal Evan Hako, one of the recruits here at the Citadel. I always like to make sure you new kids are settling in. You're doing fine from all accounts. I'm also the liaison for any volunteers who wish to help the Rangers on a non-permanent basis, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Got a minute? Sure, go ahead. Great, so from time to time while you're on patrol, you're going to meet folks who want to help you out. Most have their own reasons for volunteering, a grudge against somebody, an exercise to get out of town, whatever. Well, we welcome them all. Extra hands are always appreciated, but we try to limit the number of volunteers to 1 Ranger team to 3. Any more than that, and it's hard to keep them in line. So what happens when you've got more volunteers than spots to put them in? You send them to us, that's what. If you want a volunteer to be able to join you later, just tell them to come to the Citadel and we'll take care of them until you're ready. You'll find them here in the mess around the Citadel, enjoying their hospitality. Got it? Oh, and as an added incentive, I'm authorized to offer you a bonus for every volunteer you recruit. The more you bring in, the higher bonus you'll receive. We found a possible recruit. Good work. What's their names? Her name is Rose. She's a scientist from Ag Center. Excellent. A lot of teams forget that it takes more than just raw strength to survive in the wastes. You gotta have some brains too. So what type of enlistment bonus would you prefer? Scrap or merit? Scrap this time. Fine choice. Here you go. Spend it wisely. 50 scrap. On a possible recruit. Angela Death. Can we get a credit for letting Angela into our team? Haha, it's a good one, recruits. Captain Death's been here ever since I was a recruit myself. I'm not saying she's old or anything. I would never say that. She'd kill me. What kind of bonuses are you offering? We provided 2 types of bonuses. The first is the scrap entitlement, which you can use to purchase whatever you want. The second is an accelerated promotion merit, which allows you to rise more quickly in the ranks. The type of bonus you receive is up to you. We haven't found any new recruits, but we'll keep looking. No worries. Don't forget to drop by and receive your recruitment bonus when you do. Gotta get going. I guess I'll be seeing you around, recruits. Take care. So that might be the entire Citadel. I don't know. Is there any more doors? Oh, there's this.
That's better.
We could drop some stuff off, actually. We will. But I want to make sure we've explored everything. What's this here? Oh, we gotta get going. Grenadier Richard Dillio. Sorry, Rangers. Only authorized personnel are allowed in the brig. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. If you made it this far, appreciate y'all, as always. Please like, comment, subscribe before heading out. And just a friendly reminder, if you're new, You can become a member here on my channel. It's a huge help. Shout out to all my members. Or on patreon.com/fluent. Either way is a big help, so feel free to check that out if interested. If not, that's cool too. And I hope to see you guys next time. Do come back. We're going to go through this door. Oh, we can't. Through these massive vault-like elevator doors have been polished to a military-grade shine. You can see small amounts of warping and tiny scuffs, likely the remnants of scorch marks all around the edges. If you had to guess, the Rangers have tried everything from arc welding torches to C4 to open this behemoth with no success. Wow. So that's something for future. But anyway, I hope you guys will be there in the future. Seems like we've explored the entire base, maybe? We didn't go through that door up there, but it was locked, right? Going out to an airfield or something. So, we're gonna save here. Super cool stuff. We're gonna keep it moving next episode and probably get back out on the road. Take on some of these quests, go deliver that letter that we picked up. So until then, guys, be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. Hope you'll return for more because this game is banging. Awesome CRPG. Love it. All right, guys. Ciao for now.